today we got our hands on 2 demo decks for the new Fusion World Dragon Ball Super card game that's going to be hitting in February next year. Our sponsors, Beyond Odyssey, were at LPG Open Day just over this past weekend in Sydney, I believe it was. And they hit up with the Bandai representative there and managed to score some product for us to showcase on the channel, which is huge. So big shout out to our huge sponsors, Beyond Odyssey, for that. Mitch and the crew there. You guys, we love you and do an amazing job. And yeah, we're going to dive straight into this because I'm really excited. I'm excited for this card game to hit in Feb. Like the rotation, the refresh approach to Dragon Ball, and it's just, I feel it's going to be a good thing for the game. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions about it, but we're going to run over them and just showcase a few of these cards for people that haven't yet seen them, and go from there. So yeah, we'll dive straight into it. We've got Goku here, and Vegeta. So obviously the two main leaders that were in set 1, in the Masters set, which is being called now, that showcased from when it first came out 6 years ago, 2017, have all got like more of like a refresh, like for their abilities and everything, which is really cool because the Goku on this side looks like when he's attacking, you draw a card, and awakens at 4 less life, you draw 1 card, then flip it over. Nice and simple, back to the basics, which I love. And this is what we miss so much about the card game, right? The fact that there's just not a wall of text. It's something that's just we needed, and I feel it's going to be more of a popular, more approach for younger players, but not only that, players that always have wanted to get into Dragon Ball, but have looked at the game, glanced at it, seen how the game operates, the mechanics, the core mechanic structure, into how this game delivers, and have gone, nah, it's just too complex. So I'm so happy they've kept that originality to it, yet still put a nice new fresh touch. So Goku here on his awakened side as well, and also the non-awakened side is 15k and awakened side is 20k, which I think is really cool because you got like that fact that you got, instead of the 10 and 15, they're beefing up the numbers on this, and also the art still has remained really cool, and the awakened title, like, that looks sick. I love how they've done all this, and the borders and that. I think that looks really cool. And then yeah, his awakened side, just draw a card and then choose up to one of your red battle cards, and it gets plus 5k for the battle, which is sick. And that's an activate battle as well, which is awesome. So you can see, like, from the starter deck Goku back in 2017, it's already a lot less OP than what they first brought out in the first starter deck, because we all remember that when you could attack, switch 1 of your energy to active, awaken, draw 2, attack, switch 2 of your energy to active, blue. So it's just like they've already kind of toned that down just off the start of the leader, and there's still plenty of draw power in the game. The difference is as well with this is that when you mulligan your whole hand and then redraw 6. So that's what I like, because that's exactly like One Piece, where it's like if you don't like the cards in your hand, cool, you can't just pick and choose. You just got mulligan the whole hand. So effectively you're not just going to be drawing or making yourself have an OP hand to begin with, and this is what eliminates all those key factors and what built the game to be such like a game that took off. To started off well, but then just the power creep was just insane. The fact of the player going second gets an energy marker is really cool. I like that. These are the extra cards, and the extra cards are cool because they've done them very differently to what the battle cards are. And the battle cards, you can see the difference in between the two is very obvious, and these extra cards just look cool as well. I love the fact that separates the color code from the extras to the battle cards. I love that because it just makes it a lot easier for new players coming into the game, because we're thinking about new players, right? And trying to get them to understand what card does what. I know it's really dumbed down and simplified, but it's a lot easier, which makes the game more fun. Right, so we're just going to run through a few of these. We've got God Kamehameha, which looks wicked. That's it there. So it's like he's permanent. If you have no battle cards, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. So it's only 1 cost instead of 2. The cost is up the top still, which is cool. I like that. You got on the side here, it says extra, so you can't get mistaken between the two, obviously, and the border of the card itself is white. Explanations down here. And it just looks really, yeah, I like the design value overall in these, and they look really cool. So we also got Kamehameha. I noticed in these demo decks they've got just like 3 extra cards they can play with. You just got normal Kamehameha. And when you look at the abilities, you look at it and go, okay, choose up to one of your red leaders or up to one of your red battle cards. It gains plus 15 power for the battle. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 5k for the turn. That's cool. And it costs 1. I love that. Nice and simple. They're keeping it simple. Keeping it good. Vegeta. Easy. Look at that. For 2 energy, critical, 15k. Beautiful. Get 2 copies of that. Vegeta looks cool. I love how they've done the battle cards in this too. Like this whole black borderline with the red outlining is sick. Has battle on the side here, as you can see. Has the combo power as well, which is like plus 10,000. Like, this is what I love about some of these cards on how they're designed now. Then you got Frieza. Frieza looks cool. For 4 energy, it's just at 30k. You know, so you got your vanillas still, and vanilla. It looks like they're bringing back vanillas pretty well here, because vanillas started off okay, but then just kind of died in the previous sets, and it just kind of was just always like a, yeah, we're gonna print vanillas, but you're never gonna play them, and it's just stupid. So it's like something like that. I was like, cool. Like, I love the fact that this game can actually utilize cards like this now, and we can get just more value out of every single card instead of looking at a card like this and going, nah, we're not putting that in the deck, you know. Beerus looks cool. For 3 energy, is a 20,000 power, 5k combo power, has critical. And then when attacking, choose up to one of your other red battle cards, and it gets plus 5k for the turn. See, like, all this is just back to the simple abilities, the simple effects that we know and love. Piccolo looks sick. I love Piccolo. 3 energy for 25,000k power. Like, it's just, that's awesome. TN as well. You got the 1 cost for 15k. That's huge. You got Gohan. Gohan looks cool. 4 energy for 25k. Critical as well. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets neg 10 for the turn, which is cool. And they're back to the effects of showing you, like, saying critical here when this card inflicts damage with an attack. The life is placed in the drop. So that's good. Right, so it's just simply explaining to the new players that this is what this card does, this is how much it costs, and that's it. And if you guys have noticed, like, as I'm skimming through these, some of these cards, like, you'll see there's no evolve costs either. So that you can't, like, evolve them for a cheaper cost on, like, another Goku for this one, for instance. It's just a hard cast for 5. So that just is showing me that they're eliminating that, at the moment anyway, they've eliminated that process of the evolve ability for Goku and for probably any other Saiyans or Frieza or whatnot. So that's just something less to worry about. Same thing with, like, counters and stuff, counter plays, all that is just not in there. It's not existent. It's just blockers or your comboing, and that's it. And this just looks like it's got like 0 combo power, but if your leader is red, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets neg 20k for the turn, you see? So that's really cool, and he's 35k power. We got small vanilla here, Android 18. She looks cool. Plus 10k combo power, and then 20k power for 2 energy. That's huge. Like, another good vanilla to run in the deck. Android 17 as well. And some of these cards, if you older players notice, is from, like, Tournament of Power as well, which is cool. They've used these they've used the art and just reimagined it back into the new series, which I think is going to be cool, because we get to see some of our old cards that we love that we didn't necessarily play a lot, that we're going to be playing then into this new game. And then, you know, Shin, sorry. Shin looks cool. That's a super combo. So they're marked out with the super combos. You got these, and it also says maximum 4 cards of super combo, and it can only be included in the deck, which is good. So you got 2 of these here, and then you got 2 Krillins, I think, or one Krillin. So they're giving you an opportunity to see, like, a nice value, a nice spread of all the characters and the cards that are going to be in these demo decks, when they're coexisting decks that are going to be coming out. You got 1 cost, 1, like, you on play, draw a card, Master Roshi, which is nice, 5,000 power, 2 of him, and Whis as well. And this Whis looks pretty cool. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, it gets minus 5k for the turns. Looks like red is staying to its ability, or to its core mechanic of negging, which is nice. That's what I always loved about red. So that's the Goku deck. And you know what? I think it looks really cool. Like Vegeta, and seeing these cards in person as well. Like always, like it always looks better in person. You know, that's from what I think anyway, because you know when you're seeing them always like photos and that, it just sometimes it just doesn't do it justice, as we all know. And seeing the cards in person is a whole lot nicer, because you get a feel of it, you get to feel the cards, like the quality of it, and just, you know, just respect the art and see how nice they've kind of kept to how Dragon Ball's supposed to be, which is really cool. Same thing with Vegeta. It looks like when attacking, you draw a card, and when you light set 4 less, you just draw 1 card and flip it over, which is good. That's what you want. This is the original Vegeta as well. And then the flip side, the awakened side, 20k power. When attacking, draw a card. And if you have, what's this, 7 or fewer cards in your hand, this card gets 15,000 power for the turn. Yeah, that's huge. So the idea, I guess, with this one is to kind of like combo out, and then I guess, you know, if you got like a low hand, you can just activate main, and then you'll get like a 35k swing, which is pretty nice. Like I said, Vegeta looks cool. I like Vegeta. Same thing, comes with an energy marker as well. And we got some of the extra cards here. We got Final Flash. Final Flash looks cool. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, reduce energy cost into your hand by 1, so it's only 1 cost instead of 2, which is really cool. Activate main, discard 1 blue card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with their cost of 5 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck, which is really cool as well. So you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, doing that for 1 energy is nice. So Final Flash looks like it's going to be a really good extra card. Same thing, you got Gallic Cannon here. And I like how they've kept the extra cards to like the abilities of their attacks as well, which is quite nice. Choose up to 1 of your blue leaders or up to 1 of your blue battle cards. It gets 15k power for the battle. Then if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. Yeah, sick. So you can see, like, looks like they've given Vegeta the blue, looks like kind of like hand control more. Well, I mean, you got to like, yeah, it's to do with like less cards in your hand, so, but it's more higher rewarding in that aspect. So yeah, I don't mind that, you know, and it's just new stuff to learn and see what it's all about. Same thing here. So we got Gotenks. This is 3 energy for 25,000 power, vanilla. That's cool. Like, and this is what I mean. I love that they're bringing back all this old vanilla stuff, that giving them good abilities and that. This Gotenks used to have an evolve cost and double strike, if I can recall, and it was a rare in the last set, in like the set 1. It was really, really good. Like, this is what I mean. Like, they've gone to the point where they're like taking out the evolve costs and just simplifying it, so you can just pay the energy cost and just be rewarded for the effect. That's it. And this is what Dragon Ball's needed. This rotation to help bring the game back to life and get newer players into the game. And even coexisting players that have come in from Masters, you'll kind of respect the fact of what they're trying to do here. And this is why, you know, why we love it and why we're trying to like just understand where this game's going to go. So that's what Gotenks there. And then you got Goku here. And this Goku, from memory serves, is he was in the starter deck as well. He had the evolve cost, and he had double strike, and he had dual attack. It was already like pretty OP. And the fact that you can just like, they've made him just a 4 cost, 30,000 power is just great. You see, I love that. This is where the game's just becomes so much more easier to just look at and go, yep, I'm playing this, and that's what I'm getting for it, and we're done. Like, so there's Goten there, Sun Goten. This is cool, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, okay, what do we got here? When attacking, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and return it to its owner's hand. Cool, so you got cards that can still take your life to gain cards back to hand to help yourself awaken, which is nice. You got Gohan Adolescence here, which during your turn, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hands, card gains plus 15k power, which is awesome. So yeah, it's all about your hand and hand size and that. Going back to also just tap 1, play this card, draw a card. You know, we need all this. This is great. Trunks Youth, yeah, looks good. Videl, you got Videl, it says your super combos as well, back to the 10k, which is what we love. We've got Piccolo. Piccolo looks cool. got more on-play effects there. If you got 7 or fewer cards in your hand, add up to 1 blue extra card from you drop to your hand, which is nice. So, Bulma, and you got the blocker ability as well. So they're still keeping with like blocker abilities, which is nice. And Vegeta and Majin Buu. So yeah, this is great. See, because again, there's no evolve costs to bring out Vegeta earlier. It's just a simple, you're paying 5 for him, and again, you're playing him for just a double strike 35k and the on play effect, which is nice. And obviously more vanillas and Majin Buu in that case, which looks cool. Man, the art's kept the same, like, which is really nice. I still like the art. Art looks amazing. Always, like, I've never been disappointed. Dragon Ball's always been very well diverse in that matter, and it's always had good art. We've always been happy with that. So, look, the cards, the decks, they look amazing, and I'm very keen to try it out, guys. So, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Fusion World in February. So stay tuned. We're also going to be displaying some gameplays with the 2 decks. Me and my boy Jake and a few others are going to join in. We're going to do some gameplays coming up within the next week or 2 to showcase how they're going to roll and everything in between. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate that support. So keen to have, already some access to the cards here for Fusion World to display on the channel. So big shout out again to Beyond for helping us in that matter. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next video soon for the gameplay. Cheers, guys. See you later.